Good evening, parents. Welcome to the Suitland High School Back to School Night. I'm Dr. Maneza Provido, geometry teacher, and I do teach other subjects as well, AP statistics and pre-calculus. Here is my biography. I finished Bachelor of Arts in Economics, summa cum laude, and Academic Excellence Awardee. I earned credits in Bachelor of Science in Education, Secondary Mathematics, finished Master of Public Administration and Philosophy of Education major in Educational Management. And here are my affiliations for the many years in my career. And mostly over the summer, in order to prepare for distance and remote learning, I attended a lot of webinars in order to earn credits and have knowledge and skills for distance learning tools. And here are the badges that I was able to accumulate. Here is the course description, and I have two classes composed of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. We have four major concepts in the course, and they are all listed in this page. We have the attendance policy. On Wednesdays, we have alternately A and B days, and tomorrow is an A day Wednesday. For attendance, the Zoom meetings usually record attendance of students, and that is where I base my school max entry for the day. I do make them complete a short Google form on the first 10 minutes of class for their own record. And students who are not present on the days that we meet during the live instruction are considered absent. But if they do have technical difficulty and could not log in and attend, all they need to do is email me, or the parent can email me about that technical difficulty, and they could still make up for the learning. They could still get caught up. And what I would do based on instructions from the county is to mark them absent, but it will not count against them because the code will be TC, which means they tried their best to join, but they just had technical difficulty. For the absence note, if the parent or guardian cannot inform the teacher of an upcoming absence, then they can, of course, email me during the day that the student is absent, or up to 3 days after the live instruction was missed. And then students would continue with their makeup work and get caught up with all the learning that was missed. So there are new instructions in terms of attendance and in terms of being on the Wednesday sessions. And as long as the student has submitted work that was assigned as independent, participated in the lesson with the teacher for 30 minutes or less, was able to check in during the appointed time on a Wednesday, was able to complete any digital tool work assigned, then the student is present for that period on a Wednesday. And as I've mentioned earlier, the technical difficulty is a valid reason to have an excused absence for our scholar. The grading policy for mathematics, the weight of assessments that come in many forms listed here, that would account for 40%, while they have live instruction and they're doing classwork with their teacher in many forms, that would count for 35%. And then finally, anything that is assigned as independent that they could do weeknights, over the weekend, or Wednesday would all account for 25% of the overall grade. The course materials they would need are online access. They would, of course, need to have a notebook or a journal for them to take notes and do the work, aside from what they would do on the online access. They do need Chromebooks or laptops, of course, and They will keep in touch with me in terms of Google Classroom, private messages, private comments, and PGCPS email. These are the many platforms that the county is providing for teachers and students to continue with distance learning. We have our Google Classroom where all the assignments are lodged. I also share with them a Google folder in their drive where all the lessons and all the learning materials are gonna be housed. They would access their Clever account in order to get to the many digital tools. Screencastify is when I have asynchronous learning where I will actually record a video just like this and give them what they need in order for them to work independently. We meet primarily through Zoom as that is what is preferred by the county, but we do have a Google Meet link in case there are any problems with Zoom. And also on Wednesdays when I meet with them, I am using Google Meet. We encourage our students to use their PGCPS Clever account because they can easily log in to their Zoom meetings, and they can also use platforms for distance learning. And for this course, we do have the ebooks right here, and right here we do have calculator tools, and we have other platforms that enhance the learning of the course. So for those who still have a struggle going to their Zoom meetings, Clever account is where you can actually use the Zoom app. All you need to do is put in the ID of your class, and you could immediately get connected to the waiting room of your teacher. So please be in the Clever account if you still are struggling getting into our Zoom classes. Virtual learning support. I always respond immediately or in a timely manner to the private reviews and comments that they post in Google Classroom, to the emails that they send to me, so that I can guide them with the work even though they may be on independent time, or I could answer any concern that they have. And aside from that, I do have my telework hours here, so you could see the matrix, which times are for class hours and which times I could actually go and respond to any messages or questions that they would send me. On Wednesdays will be small group meetings, the time window for that, and then 3 hours beyond the dismissal, I will be spending time looking into my emails and checking into Google Classroom for anything that I can help them with. Of course, on Saturdays and Sundays will be days off, but in terms of urgency, I can actually correspond with students and parents on a case-to-case basis. The students actually were given a Remind 101 code so that the parents and guardians could sign up to the group. That is my way of directly communicating with you in terms of general announcements, event invites, or individually giving you student progress reports and good news about how they are performing in class. The codes are in the Google Classroom, so please ask your kids to give you the code. I also provided you with a guide, like 3 ways in order to sign up to Remind 101. But if you do have a problem or do you have a struggle to sign up to Remind 101, please email me, give me your phone number, because I could use either your phone number or email address to manually add you to the Remind 101 parent group. For those parents and students who help their parents and guardians sign up to Remind 101, thank you so much. For the others, please do so. If you need to meet with your teachers, you could do so. You could schedule them with the counseling office, and here are the caseloads for the counselors. And There is an upcoming teacher-parent conferences on October 12th, and information is forthcoming. And here is my contact information, and I can be reached directly through email. And as I said, I usually respond in a timely and immediate manner. And so please keep in touch. And thank you for attending Suitland High School's Back to School night and being able to view and listen to the video. You could always look back and refer to the many things that are contained in the slides because it's being lodged in the school website. Thank you so much. And our RAMs are responsible kids, attend school daily, make good decisions, and step up academically. Have a good night.